He is the political equivalent of a technology disruptor.
He's a game changer.
He's a game changer. He is a disruptive choice.
So is an avalanche going down a mountain.
That's not something you have to make a choice on. People make a choice on this. He is a disruptor just as much for the political system and the political parties as Uber was for taxis.
Leave your playing by the rules at the door. It's time for Carl and Mike.
Welcome, Carl, Mike. Best of 2015. I'm Carl.
I'm Mike.
And Mike, tonight, we've had a whole year together. So the newlywed year is over.
That's right.
Now we get to be a cranky old couple.
No, that would be good.
But fortunately for us, we recorded our first year together. So we've got the best of politics, the best of sex, the best of religion, and of course, thought leadership. We give it to you. It's a gift. We've birthed it.
It's a taste.
A little
sampler.
Yeah, so if this is your first time listening to Carl Mike, enjoy your sample. And then hopefully you'll come back and take the full course meal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Anything else we should say about this for our new people?
No, let's get started.
All right.
Here we go.
Here we go. You see, think about it. Think about how messed up the system is. Carl and Mike, if we were like best friends with Sheldon, what's his face? Addleston.
He write a big check.
He could just write a check.
Yeah.
And we'd be in business.
We need a Sheldon Adelstein.
We need a Sheldon. Where are you, Sheldon?
Or it's like Ted Cruz has got that guy that's a hedge fund guy out of New York that's pledging $30 million to his account. Oh,
Ted
you haven't
Cruz
heard that? Oh,
has
yeah.
got a $30 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's where all that money comes from. It's one person so far. That's got, and I'm sure he's got more than that.
You know how much difference you can make in the world for $30 million?
You could actually do something worthwhile for $30 million. But that, again, that's chump change. That's like you open.
But you're going to spend
that's
it
like
to
pulling
Ted
your.
Cruz?
Huh? Yeah, but that's like you pulling out your wallet and giving me $5. $30 million to somebody like that is nothing.
It's like $5. It's like buying. Yeah. As this gap gets crazier, it's just obscene now.
Yeah.
It's obscene that someone's going to blow $30 million on Ted Cruz.
I don't know. Why did he say $30 million? Why did he stop at 30 and not do 40? Is there some sort of limit? I don't think there's any kind of limit or anything. And why was it 30 instead of 20
didn't the
or 10 or
Koch
something?
brothers, whatever, Koch brothers as I like to call them.
Yeah, Koch.
Didn't they say they're going to do $1 billion?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're going to keep
winner.
pushing it, and I'm sure Sheldon Adelstein will push. They'll all find a horse that they want to.
So they'll have this little thing going.
Who's.
And did you realize that $1 billion is like not even 1% of their wealth? Which is
1%
really
of whose wealth?
Koch brothers.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's nothing.
I know, that's crazy.
It's like if you had $100, that's like you giving me $1. That's it. That's not going to.
Think what $1 billion could do. Invested in fixing aspects of society.
Yeah.
You know what the problem that bothers me about politics right now is, which I think is fairly new, but maybe not. Maybe it's always been this way. Is there's obscene things that are wrong need to be fixed, and there are answers. It's not like there's not answers. There's answers to even things as simple as the election, the way we do election. We could do 6 weeks as an election, and you get free airtime, right? And stop the monstrosity that this thing is that we have, where it's two-year campaign.
It's just not. It's not going to stop.
But they won't stop it.
No, but they won't stop it because it benefits them. Does that make sense? The people that can stop it, that have the power and the authority to stop it, won't, because it's beneficial to them.
So what's it beneficial to lose $30 million on Ted Cruz?
Again, it's like chump change to him. It's not.
So he gets a little notoriety. He gets a little voice in the campaign bus.
Yeah. We think about how much money it is, and it is a lot of money to us, but to them, it's not. It's really nothing. And so that's the part that's
You gotta
hard.
have a lot of money worth 30 million is
Okay, now
nothing.
I'm speaking on my part. It's hard for me to conceive having that kind of. It's hard for me to conceive having $30 million. It's hard for me to conceive having $3 million. Okay, and so the idea that somebody could give that kind of change to somebody and not even blink. But the real deal is anybody that thinks they're given that money, whether it's 3 million, 30 million, 300 million, or 3 billion, and thinks that that person that's writing the check doesn't want to have some say in that person's platform and is not interested in having some sort of influence if they were to get elected is a fool. Nobody hands over that kind of money.
Maybe he's just a big fan.
These are no.
He already buys into everything.
No, these
Ted Cruz
people are
says.
investors. They invest. They build businesses. They invest. They're thinking down the road.
Yeah.
You know, I just I don't get it, but that's okay.
Yeah, the money thing has really become a disease, and the Citizens United thing is really going to turn it into comical
Levels. Oh, it's going to turn it up. I mean, it was back. The last election was the first one with that.
Right, so they didn't have.
So
they
this
were
is
practice.
that was practice. So they said, well, that went okay. Let's push the limits on that a little bit. Let's up the horsepower and see what we can do, and we're going to find out. We're going to find out what it'll do, and at that point, it's going to get so broken, so fucked up, so twisted. And they talk about money coming in from overseas. Of course, money's going to come in from overseas. You have taken and you have flattened the earth, like Thomas Friedman says, the world is flat. So you're getting things produced for your home, for your community over in China and stuff. And anybody that thinks that those people over there are not going to be interested in influencing the economy and politics over here is nuts. I mean, why would somebody who's got a huge conglomerate in China not be just as and sell most of their products in the U.S.? Why would that person not want to hire a lobbyist and not want to influence the election any more than somebody who's producing a similar product in California?
Yeah, and since we don't produce much here anymore.
Yeah. So there's going to be a huge amount of money that comes in.
Compromise now is in a sense legislative blackmail, right?
Yes, back and forth. Yeah.
Like I'm going to hurt a country as a whole if you don't meet my demands.
Right.
That's not compromise, and that's what's happening now.
Or I'm going to try and make people think that you're doing something that you're not because I'm going to stack this bill the way you know.
Right. So compromise was, here's this issue, here, what are your points, here's my points, you give me this, I'll give you that, you give me this. But they can't do that now. They've gerrymandered the system so badly that the only people that win, especially in the House, are to the right of, keep going to their respective corners. They're so far out anyway that these people can't even compromise with each other because compromise is weakness.
They've gone to
compromise equals weakness. So now we have to try to do blackmail.
They've gone way too far down the wrong road to turn back.
And now it's just going to be. I mean, you see the fruits of that, right? This letter 47 senators signed. I mean, what a. I'm sorry, but if you file the Logan Act, that's treason.
Yeah.
No. They throw back. Pelosi went to see Syria guy. To me, not as much as we weren't in negotiations here. Even throwing that in, what they did was unprecedented.
Yeah,
there's unprecedented shit happening in the
in
middle
of
negotiations.
The thing is, when you're doing something stupid like that, do they think that we're going to do something like this and we're going to be in power from here on out and nobody will ever do this back to? There's always going to be a payback thing.
Yes.
And when you do stupid shit like that, there's going to be payback.
Yeah.
So what it is it's sides are trading payback rather than favors, which they used to trade favors. I'll do this, you do that. You scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. So we don't do that anymore.
So favors.
So what
are
we're doing is we're doing payback.
Right. Yes.
To try and get.
Political. You filibustered me, I'm going to filibuster you.
That's exactly right.
Right.
Yeah.
I still think it's more one side than the other. I do think that Democrats would be open to compromise. Maybe I'm wrong though, but I don't see
Well,
as much
I think it's
rabid
getting
left.
more and more to
I
where
don't find the Democrats that progressive, personally.
No.
I mean, there's certain elements in the Democratic Party that are, but
No.
I don't look at
No.
them and go, wow, yeah,
No.
who's doing single payer health care? And
No, I
who's-
think the other side's gone so far to the right with certain factions like Cruz and some
Yeah.
other people that anybody that was progressive has had to pull in that direction just to
yeah.
keep from being. I don't know what it is. I don't get it. I really don't get it, and it's.
So
I try to get it,
yes,
but I'm getting to the point where it's like I said, I'm tired of feeling like I'm getting smoke blown up my ass, and I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see the same faces. I don't want to listen to the same bullshit.
yeah.
It's. I think the general public, I would like to say, just say, stand up and go, enough already.
Right. The problem I have with that is then it kind of evens the playing field. Then it's kind of like, well, the right's just as bad as the left, and
Well, somebody
I
has
get
to
that.
say.
When I start
somebody has
pushing
to
against
say
my
enough.
Republican friends, the default argument is, well, they're all the same. That's the default argument.
Or
Ted Cruz.
y'all did it to
something
me.
stupid.
Y'all
Right,
did it to
right,
us. We're
right.
doing it to you.
Yeah. One or
That's
the
what I'm
other.
saying. Somebody's got to say, stop, reset, and see what happens.
How do you,
And I
the
don't-
way that
I don't know-
happens is a voting situation, and so a voting. It'd be so disgusting that it has to break through the gerrymandering that exists.
Well, I think yeah, and people are not going to take a risk of voting out their fools like Gomert. It's I keep going back to Gomert.
Hey,
in East Texas.
look at what the Republicans 3 months in power. They've done in just 3 months have accomplished a lot of stupidity.
Yeah,
All right, I mean some major
Oh, yeah.
incidences.
yeah.
All right.
What is-
So they got 2 years.
It's only
We've only
3
been
months.
3
We're
months
only
in.
3 months in.
I think
they're just trying to get their feet under them.
So here's the situation. Here's a nightmare scenario 2016. Okay.
I love nightmares.
You ready for nightmare scenario 20? Yeah, we should have music now.
Is this going to get us? See, if we were more professional, we would be able to push a button and we'd
Yes,
have the.
we would. That's what editing's for.
Okay,
Michael.
and that's what?
Editing is for.
That's what editing is for. Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So yes,
all
we
right.
need some theme music for Nightmare 2016. So here's the Nightmare 2016. On the Republican side. So we have the clown car and all the craziness that comes out of that. Plus we have the Republicans on stage just doing some. We can't even think of what they're going to do right now. We've already done the 47, the letter with 47 senators. They just keep doing shit like that for 2 years, so that even the most person who doesn't really pay attention at all to politics goes, these guys are fucking insane.
Yeah.
Right? Because so that happens on the Republican side, right? Just total disgust and craziness.
Yeah.
And then on the Democrat side, you have the Hillary just stepping into shit left and right.
Yeah.
Bumbling this whole thing.
Yeah.
All the way to. So
And
now
all
you-
she's got to do is keep her mouth shut for
Right.
the most part. Don't say anything stupid. Let the other people do that.
Right.
And get on down the road.
Right. And so now you'd be looking at you'd have an election of about 10% voting. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
well,
what would happen.
That would be a
About
real.
10%
Actually,
as well,
that
but
would
it'd
be
be-
a really great protest. Except
Yeah,
you're
no,
gonna,
except
you're
the
gonna
winner
have,
would say he'd
Huh?
act the same. The winner will act the same as if they had 90% voting.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I think that's what you could be looking at. Nightmare scenario, just 2 really bad choices.
Is this
I
going to
think
be
the Democrats
before
have
or
put
after
themselves in a
global
bad place.
financial collapse?
Well, no. I think Mr. Obama, President Obama, has pulled us away from that.
Yeah.
I don't see signs of global collapse. Do you?
No.
Unfortunately for you,
Yeah.
yes. No global
No,
financial
not
collapse,
yet.
Michael.
Yeah.
A man can dream.
Next time.
Yeah.
Next time. Next time. Yeah.
Oh, that Kenyan Muslim
Yeah.
kind of
yeah.
crafted the waters on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, of course, you never hear the Republicans talk about that stuff.
No.
Really hard to.
Yeah. No, we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about the
Which is
good-
great because it lets them go more. They have to go more extreme.
Oh, an extreme they will.
And they do. Yes. I love the new one. Have you heard the new Republican conspiracy?
Oh, there's a new
Oh,
one?
yes, this is
Not
this
just
one,
the old ones aren't
which
good enough?
Santorum recently did not deny.
Oh, no.
Oh, you ready for this
okay,
one? This one.
all right, okay.
It's always good shit. So Obama almost nuked Charleston.
Charleston what?
Charleston, what is it, South Carolina? Or where's Charleston? North Carolina?
Real, almost nuked it?
Yeah. And their generals,
Why did they?
they don't really quite get into that.
No, huh?
They don't quite get into that.
They don't get
but it's
into the
something to do
why?
with an army skirmish. The generals and stuff are abandoning. He tried to nuke it. I believe the theory is he tried to nuke it as part of it's the step one of the takeover of America.
And why Charleston?
I guess there's an
not
army
Des Moines.
base or something like that.
Oh, okay,
Or
okay.
just enough crazies in Charleston to start this rumor.
Maybe there's a collection of generals and he was going to try and kill them first.
Exactly. We're going to have to put this up on the show
Seriously?
notes. Seriously. Because
I haven't
it came
heard
across
this.
the ticker
This is-
tape of life
When?
recently.
Oh, man. Who is the one that's
The
putting
Kenyan
this
Muslim
out?
is ready to make his move.
Who is putting this shit out?
Republicans.
Which ones?
Crazy ones.
Name them, please.
Well, this was in a Santorum. In Santorum.
Santorum's not part of that, is he? Is he?
No, he didn't. He said, well, I don't know about that, but I know Obama's not a good leader. I don't know about the Obama trying to nuke Charleston and the generals and taking over the army for the destruction of America. Don't know about that one.
Yeah. Could be, could not be.
I
Don't
don't
have
know.
any way to prove it.
I'm
one
not
way or
in the
the other.
sound. I'm not in there,
okay,
so
all
I don't know
right.
what's going on. Yeah.
Well, that's why you can float out something outrageous like that scares the living bejeebus out of people, and you
Right.
go, "Well, I don't have any proof that that's not the case."
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if he's
Sounds crazy to me, but you just never know with this guy.
I don't know if
one
he's
of those
a
kind of things.
homeland-style secret Muslim Kenyan that's part of ISIS. I don't know if he's part of ISIS. I'm sure we'll get that at some point.
Could be.
I know he loves ISIS. I know he's not defending America.
Yeah. Don't
So-
know, but we're not going to have to order that in Texas because anybody that wants one can wear a weapon.
And you can see how this has to happen for them, right? Because the Muslim Kenyan was always going to take over America, right, and end Constitution, right? So we're in the last 2 years, so he's got to make his move any minute now.
Well, it's their
Right.
Armageddon, right?
Right.
Everybody's got an
The black
Armageddon.
man takes
If
over and
you're
wipes
gonna-
them all out.
Do you have do you have your own personal? Everybody
Well, you
needs their
have
own
yours.
personal Armageddon.
You have
yeah,
the
oh, yeah,
economic
yeah,
global.
Yeah, yeah.
I
which
don't
leads
have
to-
one.
You need to get one. Everybody should have
what
their
if-
own personal Armageddon
Really?
idea. Oh, absolutely.
What does that serve exactly?
Huh?
What does personal Armageddon serve?
It keeps you stirred up.
Right.
It keeps you worrying about shit.
Well, I guess the closest one I would come to is, I guess, global climate. So is that a collective personal Armageddon?
Yeah, you can make it as personal as you'd like.
I mean, if I looked at, end times,
Yeah.
or it would
Already
be,
taken.
it would be climate.
Yeah, you gotta brand it. You can't say end times.
End
You
times
gotta-
is taken by the damn
no,
Christians?
No, yeah.
I see their buddy.
Indo times.
Yeah. BB looks like he's one. So
God damn. I really don't care.
I don't even.
I don't care. I don't care what they're doing in Yemen or Djibouti.
Is there a Djibouti?
There is.
There's a town called Djibouti.
The Djibouti. Yeah, no, there's a country over there. It's just north of Somalia.
There's
See,
a country
look,
called
I've been
Djibouti.
studying my maps.
You
Yes.
have been. Wow.
And then, are any of those countries over there? I really don't care what's
Okay.
happening in Saudi Arabia. I don't care what's happening in Israel. Don't care. That's their neighborhood. They can jack with them.
So you're not worried about regional skirmishes.
No.
So as far as you're concerned, we should stay out of the Syria thing. Let them
Yeah.
take care of it.
Whoever,
Yeah,
however it works out, it works out. Really.
So the argument of it will bleed over to us eventually, you don't buy.
Yeah. If you saw two guys beating on each other down the street, would you walk down there and try and break it up and find out what's going on? And hey, is there a way that we can, let's talk this through? Probably not.
I don't know.
You just let them
You
duke
don't
it
let
out.
them fight it out.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not disagreeing necessarily because God knows our interventions have been numerous. I just saw something recently. I didn't quite agree with the Facebook post, but it had a line that showed Iran and the U.S. and then the U.S. it showed all the different countries we've tried to invade, in one way or another.
Yeah.
And then Iran hardly had anything
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Which,
We need to stop this bullshit.
But then, Michael, how's the war machine pay for itself?
Well, maybe it doesn't.
Saying all the Mexicans coming across the border, calling them robbers and rapists, no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect. And for that very statement right there, he gets
Rapists, rapers.
I know.
Rapers
For
are
that
coming
very
across the
statement right there,
Yeah.
he needs to be awarded our what a dick award. The first one.
Maybe we should call it the Donald Dick.
The Donald Dick.
Donald Dick instead of Donald Duck.
Donald Dick award.
Because really,
the Donald Dick.
don't you think if we're going to have this What a Dick award, which I think is a good thing for Carl Mike to do,
Yeah.
and I know Ted Cruz would give him a run for his money sometimes.
Yeah.
We got Ted Cruz as a dick last week, but Donald could win it like every week.
Well, yeah. Now that's a good thing.
We
'Cause
may
here's the
want to
deal.
make him. He can only win it once.
When you give an award to anybody for anything, you're saying this award represents the best.
Yes.
Right?
The best dickish behavior.
The best dickish behavior. So yes,
Yes.
I think that's exactly
I'm
right.
worried that Donald could run away with this for weeks on end.
Well, he may. I mean,
which
he
would be
may,
fairly redundant
yeah,
on
I mean,
our show.
Yeah. But
we'll try.
No,
We'll
we'll work. There, believe me, there will be other people pop
You
their
think?
head out of the clown car that say
At the
some
level
stupid
of a
shit.
Donald, can Rick
Maybe
Santorum
not.
be a dick enough?
Huh?
Can Rick Santorum out-dick Donald Trump on any given week?
I don't think anybody can, but we're going to see.
All right.
But we're
So last week we had,
So he is setting the bar. He has set the bar
As he should.
as he should. Okay.
Okay. So tune in future weeks here as we will have the What a Dick Award. So we kind of had Ted Cruz to kick it off, but now we're making it official with the Donald. So just Donald's whole announcement, what a dick.
Yeah. Yeah, and what he said about Hispanics.
Hispanic. So
yeah,
we're
that's
gonna.
just
You want a specific?
specific
mention.
thing.
All right.
Yeah, it's
So,
a specific
yes.
thing, not in
Calling
general.
them rapers.
Yeah, yeah, and then no disrespect.
No disrespect.
Yo.
Yeah, your mother's a whore. No disrespect. Yeah, that is a dick.
God, this is a whole new spin on the sugar daddy billionaire. Used to be that you had your Marco Rubio that was
Right.
finding
Financed
their
by
own
the sugar daddy
little
billionaire.
sugar daddy
Yeah.
billionaire. Now the sugar daddy billionaire is cutting straight to the chase, going, "Fuck, I don't need to have this stooge.
Right. Right.
I've got my own
the
money.
Donald,
I'll be
straight up.
So he wouldn't be the sugar daddy billionaire. He's just a
Yeah.
blowhard billionaire. I mean,
here's
that guy
that-
is just fucking. I can't. He was on Joe in the Morning for the whole thing this morning. They
Was
did a
he?
whole interview with him, and I have never, ever in my life
I
seen
gotta watch some
anybody
of that.
it's the
Here
arrogance.
is
just
the
incredible.
best part of the Donald. The Donald has, I come from advertising background. The Donald has gone. You can tell. I mean, his thing. He don't take direction from anybody.
No.
So this is pure, unadulterated Donald.
I'm the
right?
client. Do what I want.
I'm going to do what I want, and nothing. He'll hire people to do things, and
Yeah.
they will give him advice.
Yeah.
But he's going to do what the hell he wants to
Oh,
do,
yeah.
and he's going to say what the hell he wants to say.
Oh, yeah.
So it is Donald unfiltered in all his Donald glory.
But see,
It is
that's-
a sight to behold.
But that's what you want.
Yes.
That's what you want. I mean, we're filling up the bus, folks. The clown
The
bus
bus
is
is
full,
filled.
and this is the best one yet. And the thing that's going to be great about him, that's going to make him, if he decides. Now you heard that he hasn't filed yet. He's just declared.
Yes.
So until
as
he-
of this moment,
So he has
Donald
to
has
file.
about 21 days to
Yeah.
file.
Yeah.
So he could.
He's got to fill out the forms just like everybody else.
Right.
Although he probably has people do that.
Well, yes, but he has the ability to back out before. This could be the greatest PR stunt in the world.
P.T. Barnum.
He could do it. He could say at the end on that 20th day, I've got some assurances from some people
Yeah.
that my issues are going to be taken care of.
Yeah.
But I think Donald's a little vindictive, little egomaniac, a little. You think? I mean, Rosie McDonald, remember? She said some little thing about the Donald, and he goes for it.
He's
And
after.
so you get these Republicans going after him, and he'll make Ross Perot look like
Yeah. And Ross was good.
Ross was good.
He
Ross
was
could go
good,
after it too, but he'll make. And maybe he's already doing that. He just stepped all over Jeb Bush's announcement.
Oh, it's going to be
the air right out of the room.
It's going to be a scorched earth policy. He's got nothing to lose.
He really doesn't, does he?
No, he's got nothing to lose.
He's going to just say whatever the hell he wants. And if
Yeah.
they try to keep him off the debate
Yeah.
stage, because I do want him on the debate stage.
Oh no, I want him to have his own stage. See,
does have his own
he's
stage.
going to have his own stage, but he'll make a bigger stage.
Oh, he will.
He'll do
Because
some
he'll
sort
say
of,
something. He'll call, one of the other crazies when they say something crazy. Because Donald
No, he'll
has his own
literally
crazy, but
say,
he
"Oh,
will
that's
call
crazy."
you. But here's the beauty of Donald. Donald will say something totally batshit crazy, but then somebody else says something batshit crazy, and he will call him on it with,
Yeah.
that's just stupid.
Yeah.
So he has the ability to see other people's craziness, but not his own.
But not his own.
That's a beautiful thing.
There's not a
It's beautiful
mirror
thing.
in his world.
I understand now what ignorance is bliss means.
Yes.
Donald is living the blissful life.
Yeah. He's
And
got
he-
a lot of money.
Anybody
But
who
he's
says in
just,
his campaign speech, I got a lot of money, I'm rich.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, and that's the thing, the part that is refreshing is how blunt he is.
Yes. Did you see Stewart's try to do on the announcement of that? Him and the reporters all had like orgasms, so they couldn't speak. It
Yeah,
was-
and then he's got that little foam in the corner of his mouth. It's all
Donald,
foamed up.
Donald.
But the thing that is going to be good about him is that he doesn't have anything to lose.
Yes.
He speaks exactly what is on his mind.
Yeah.
He doesn't think about it ahead of time.
No.
And
No preparation.
No, and I don't ever see him going, "I misspoke."
That'll never happen.
That will never happen.
Yeah. I know. It's juicy and delicious, and thank you.
I love Trump. I am fucking.
falling for him.
I am fucking all in. I called
Wait,
my mom.
what?
I called my mom and I said I'm all in.
What?
Here's the only why. He is the political equivalent of a technology disruptor.
He's a game changer.
He's a game changer. He is a
Yeah.
disruptive
So-
choice.
So is an avalanche going down a mountain.
That's not something you make a choice on. People make a choice on this. He is a disruptor just as much for the political system and the political parties as Uber was for taxis, as
Really?
Airbnb is for where you stay. Yes, I really think. Now I still think he's, like we said, a brilliant buffoon.
Right. And
But
Bill
brilliant.
Bill Maher said something. I really captured it for me because I'll admit there have been times in the last couple of weeks where I kind of go, yeah, and then I go, what?
Yeah.
But I'm like, yeah, Trump.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, what did
Yeah.
I look around,
No,
make
and
sure
you know
no
what-
one is
you
looking
know
at me.
what-
Well, here's what Bill Maher says. See, Trump bypasses the brain and goes straight to the balls. Trump speaks to your balls,
Yo, yeah.
right?
Yeah, I think
Where
so.
he's like, I'm the best.
Yeah, but-
I can make it better. They're
Well,
stupid. I'm smart. And you go, yeah.
Yeah, but that's speaking to the balls. But when he hit the other thing where he finally got me, I go, okay, I give up. Is when he was talking about political funding, and he
is a true fucking teller.
He nailed
He is
it.
telling it
He
like it
nailed
is.
it. When he says,
does.
"You think the people that are giving George Bush all this money are
Puppet
not
Master,
going
that one?
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
Whoa. So that's what I'm saying. Now somebody else called him the antibiotic for the what infects the political system.
Yes.
And I think so. That's why I'm saying he's kind of you could say that that's a cure. I'm saying it's more than a cure. I'm saying he's a disruptor.
I get you that I get what you're saying, a disruptor. Are you going to vote for him?
I don't know.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
No, seriously, I don't know.
You could see yourself voting for
I
Trump.
could right now.
Your balls are like right on the table. People like winners in America.
That's correct.
Okay, so not only does he appeal to your balls. Sorry, ladies, I don't know what the equivalent would be.
Yeah. Well, we don't worry about that.
But we don't have those pieces.
Yeah.
He's a winner in the capitalist
Yeah.
system. He is, as you said, a disinfectant. He can't be bought.
He's a celebrity.
He can't be bought.
He didn't have to
tells
build
it like
name
it-
recognition.
He tells it
He
like
doesn't
it
have to
is
spend
from
money.
his perspective.
Yeah.
Okay, but the other thing though, Michael,
Yeah.
is he's fucking egomaniac.
Oh,
on
absolutely.
a 10th degree.
Absolutely.
Let's say Trump got elected. Is he going to make Democrats and Republicans work together somehow? I mean, how's he
think
going to
he-
get anything done?
I
he
think
says he's going to build a Trump
no,
wall.
I'll
and
tell you.
immigration. He wants to deport all the Mexicans.
No, I'll tell you how he gets something done in Washington.
because he's just the guy.
If he gets
Supreme
elected,
Court.
he's beholden to neither party. Would you say that would be correct?
That is correct.
Okay. So then, who are the troops that he rallies?
Both parties. People in the middle.
No
Who?
parties.
Well, you got to get bills passed.
Citizens.
Huh?
The citizens. He rallies the citizens to
To
get shit done.
so he calls names. You know, he says Tom Coburn's an idiot, and you people need to call him and call whatever. He draws attention to people and crushes them with his.
No, he says this is what needs to be done. We need to close Guantanamo Bay,
Yeah.
and give it back to the Cubans, whatever the fuck it is.
And Congress isn't letting me do that.
And Congress isn't letting me do this. So I want you, the citizens of this country, to let them know what you think about this. And I'm
You think
talking
that's
about
what Trump's gonna do?
full bore heat on. I would. That's
Well, yeah,
the way I
but
would
you're
play
not
it.
Trump.
No, I would. I know I'm not Trump, but I'm saying, what other options does he have? He's not going to get the Democrats to help him. The Republicans are going to be pissed off that he's basically called them. If he gets elected, it's because he's completely wiped out their leadership,
Their brand, the
their
whole bullshit.
Yes.
He is I like
He's
this
called
idea.
bullshit on everything about him and wiped out their leadership level. If you think of Walker and Jindal and Fiorini and all these people as the top Republican leaders, and you'd have to say that right now, okay? And he wipes them all out one by one. So what's left is the moneyed people that are pushing all these various brands, and he's calling them on their bullshit too, because he knows how it works. He is and was one of them.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. He does.
So he says, I'm going to spend my money to get in, and that way when I get in, I'm not beholden to anybody. Now, I don't believe that for a second, but...
You think he's
it has
beholden
the-
to somebody? I don't. I think he's such egomaniacal. I think he's telling the truth there.
Okay.
He isn't beholden to anyone.
The truth.
Well, Trump truth is I can do everything better. I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. And
Trump truth. Maybe that's the
Trump
episode
truth.
name. But
I think there's this little thing. I call it the Trump thump.
Trump thump?
Yeah, he says something where it talks right to your balls, and you go, oh, yeah, yeah. Wait a minute. Then your brain tries to interject and goes, what the fuck? Did you hear what he just said? Yeah, I hear what he just said. America's a winner, and he's going to fucking fix that
And it's
wall.
making me feel good. Ooh.
Carly Fiorina, have you heard about that?
No, oh, jeez.
He's really done it this time.
Oh, did he say something about her?
Oh, he said something about her looks.
Oh. Did he say she looked kind of hard?
Yeah, like, who would ever vote for her with that face? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, wait, I gotta pull this up because it's almost it's pure Trumpian.
Yeah.
It's Trumpian.
It's Trumpian. Trumpian. Is that a
Yeah.
word?
Oh, which is now.
It is now.
It should be, yes.
Yeah.
If it isn't, we're gonna make it.
That's
So
not-
here's this is my favorite because it's so Trumpian here.
Trumpian.
So Trump says he did. Okay, so Trump's saying, no, you guys got it all wrong. I wasn't talking about her looks. I was talking about her persona. Okay, but here's what they published.
Here's what he say.
Okay, so you tell me if this says to you looks or persona. Ready?
Okay.
Here's what he said. Look at that face. Would anyone vote for that? Would anyone vote for that? Can you imagine that? The face of our next president? I mean, she's a woman, and I'm not supposed to say bad things, but really, folks, come on. Are you serious?
I think that's pretty much looks.
That'd be looks.
Yeah.
No, he's saying no, not looks, persona. I'm talking about her persona. Look at that face. I think the
So
key
he's
word
basically
here is
saying,
face.
Are you going to believe what I tell you or believe your lying ears?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Well,
Here's the thing. There's something unique that's happening here.
Are we getting a chance to peek behind the curtain
have-
of the very rich, and he's kind of the poster child for the billionaires and the way they
that's
think?
what I'm
and,
saying.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
didn't we get enough of that with...
Because I don't think you have to think that much when you're super rich.
We didn't get enough of that with Mitt Romney and the 47%. We need more.
We did.
That was
Romney was part of it. Romney was that
Yeah.
mean, but Trump has that too.
Romney was rich, but he's not wealthy.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about it's stepping it up a little bit and getting
You saw
to
there's
that
a
next-
Romney wasn't at the super rich level.
Yeah, I don't think so. Was he a billionaire too? Was he a billionaire, or was it just
He's
like
right
a few
up there,
hundred,
yeah.
few hundred million? You know,
Well-
he had an elevator in his garage.
Yeah, I'd
so
say he was fairly.
for his cars.
But
I'd
Trump
say
is
that's
Trump is giving us the full Trump. if you will.
The full Trump.
We're seeing it. I mean, the way he talks like that with the Rolling
So
Stone
it's kind of
reporter.
like the full Monty.
Yeah, it
we're
is.
getting the full Trump. Oh,
We're getting the full Trump on this, don't you think?
That sounds like.
But I mean, this is
Be
like
an episode name.
this is, yes, this is like the id. He's just the id. He's just straight id. He's talking like a 14-year-old. I mean, he really is. Look at that face. You know, who would ever vote for that face? You know,
He's kind of like the 1% unplugged.
he really is. Yes,
He's like the 1% unplugged.
Exactly. I mean, and it has a weird attraction. You know, just the sheer spectacle of it is beyond what I've ever seen.
But did that kind of make it cool?
It really does,
Yeah.
in a bizarre way. And you just go, how far can he go? Surely calling another woman ugly, it's got to be the killer there, right?
No.
No, this doesn't kill him.
No. Look at the women he surrounds himself with. His wives, his daughters.
Yeah. Carly is a bit.
Oh, she's hard.
She's hard.
She's hard.
She has a hard persona.
Well, she has a hard look.
But are we being sexist? Because we say that about a man? But we do. We make fun of Trump's hair. See, here's the thing. Men, and maybe women do this too, I don't know, but I'll just speak for men. May I?
For all men?
Yeah. Well, why not? Yeah.
I surrender my manness to you.
Thank you.
You may answer
Thank
for
you.
me.
Men will make fun of men's actions and women's looks.
Yes.
That's what we think.
And women are just the opposite. They make fun of each other's looks, but men's actions.
So women do the same thing, is what you're saying.
Except in reverse.
But a guy doesn't make fun of another guy's looks.
Right. But women do. Can you
Yes.
believe the shoes she's wearing? Oh, I
Yeah.
can't believe that. This dress is much too tight on her.
Yes, we're more action.
Look at what
because
it
we're
does.
more
Makes her butt look
action-oriented.
big. I mean, can you see a guy going, can you see me coming up and go, Carl, dude, what's the deal with the pants? They make your butt look big.
No,
No.
not going to happen.
No. Or Carl, those shoes really don't go with your
We're
outfit.
really action-oriented.
Do
Because
you
that's
really
what guys
care about
do.
the outfit?
Well, what are you saying?
Yeah,
Yes.
no, so I think, but see, Trump surrounds himself with really incredible looking women. Now, does that give him a pass to make a comment like that? No. Does it give him cover? No.
I think he's lived in this bubble of yes men's for so long that he just
Yeah.
feels he's going to say whatever
Yeah.
he wants to say without any consequences. I mean, really? You're talking to a Rolling Stone reporter. You're Donald Trump, so
Yeah.
you know Rolling Stone's liberal to begin with.
Did you read that article about that Rolling Stone guy that went on board the plane and interviewed him a little bit? Trump was showing him around the plane. He was bragging about the
Right.
plane, 757.
Right, greatest plane ever.
Greatest plane ever. Biggest plane. It's not. It's bigger than Air Force One. It's not. But it had
Right,
all the
right.
leather and the crest embroidered in the
yes.
leather. The buckles were all gold plated. There's something about somebody that has to gold plate everything. I don't give a shit what it is, they gold plate it. It makes my teeth hurt. It reminds me of Saudi sheiks.
Maybe that's because you have gold fillings.
I do have gold fillings,
Maybe
but I
that's
don't.
why it
even-
makes
I
your
don't.
teeth hurt.
I don't know. Well, it could be. I don't know. But you know what I'm saying?
I
mean,
know.
people
I
that
never
just
quite
have
get
got to
that.
gold everything. It's
Yeah.
like gold chains, gold this, gold that.
That's
you know,
Trump.
yeah, that's Trump. What is a Christian fascist called? Christo fascist? Christo fascist?
Yeah, there's not a good word for that yet.
No, but we need one.
We need one?
I'm turning to the copywriter.
Christo-fascist.
Christo-fascist.
Yeah.
Trump's not a Christo-fascist. He's just, he's
Trump is a
fucking-
narcissist, and it turns out a fascist. Narcissist and a fascist, which is a great combination. You know, I always say, if you go to the Hitler comparison, you've lost the argument. But it's so easy to go to the Hitler comparison with Trump.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I had two realizations on Trump, or insights, or maybe it's just some sort of dead end. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing that he's doing right now is one big apprentice show. The people that are sitting around the table
Are the
candidates.
Yeah.
And here's the second thing, but it's all part of the deal. Trump is a puppet master. He's
He
got them
is.
dancing. He's pulling the strings that
Everybody.
makes them dance.
He wants 5 million from CNN to debate.
Yeah, yeah. So he's pulling the strings. It's like he's still running the show. He is running the show.
Yeah.
Everybody deferred
He
to
is.
him. The candidates are deferring to him. They
CNN
say,
going to give him 5 million?
I
Is he not
hope
going
not.
to show?
I hope not. I don't care if he does.
He
I
doesn't
don't
quite
care if
get
he
it.
does. Well, he's.
Part of me says Trump
Here's the
really
beauty.
doesn't want to be president.
Here's the
and he
beauty.
will continue to say crazy motherfucking things and keep
Yeah.
pushing it.
Yeah.
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 You know.
Here's
you think
here's
part
the
of him
beauty.
doesn't wanna
Here's the
be?
beauty of what he did, though. He said, if he had said, if you give me $5 million, I'm going to show up.
Right.
He said, I'm going to show up if you donate $5 million to Wounded Warriors. So all of a sudden, it's making CNN look like doofuses if they're not giving money to Wounded Warriors.
Yeah, that's the brilliance of Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what he could say is, he could take it a step further at the next one, and say, I just gave Wounded Warriors $5 million. I challenge all the other candidates to give $5 million to Wounded Warriors. And if they don't, they look like they're not supporting the troops. I mean, the guy is fucking brilliant. What he is truly brilliant. He is a brilliant manipulator.
That would be the argument to have him as president then. Because he'll make deals with China and he'll manipulate them and he'll manipulate the Israelis and he'll, his take on the Middle East thing where he says,
You don't have to talk me into it, Carl. I'm getting closer.
fucking he's a narcissist.
Huh?
He's a fascist.
He is. And Putin's not?
Right, but I think Putin is KGB all the way, through and through.
Can you name a leader
Do
of
we
a...
want
of
the
a-
United States to be run by crazy people?
Can you name a leader of a country that probably wasn't a narcissist?
Yeah.
Really?
You're saying anybody who has a healthy ego is a narcissist? No, a narcissist is, he's textbook narcissism. I'm the greatest. I got the greatest. I don't remember.
He's more
My
overt.
favorite
He's
Trump
more
line
overt.
is, I don't remember where I saw that video, but I've got the greatest memory in the world.
Yeah.
That's a fucking narcissist. I'm sorry.
He canceled himself out in one statement. In one statement, he built himself up and canceled himself out. At the same
But he's the greatest memory. He has the greatest, makes the greatest deals, has the greatest. Everything is the greatest about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like 5 years old.
Did the puppet master dance?
But let's talk about the super ego. Can we talk about the super ego?
Yeah.
Can we talk about somebody, the opposite of Donald, really, if you think about it, and who I'm really deciding is the Roadrunner. That is President Barack Obama. Mm-hmm. He is the Roadrunner to the Republican coyote. It really, always. Mm-hmm. He's supposed to be the lame duck president right now.
That's
he
a
is
damn
supposed
good
to be
analogy.
He is supposed to be the irrelevant one.
Mm-hmm.
He is supposed to fade into irrelevancy.
Yeah.
He's not doing that.
No, and what I like about him, he's kind of popping his head up, talking about Cuba, slapping them, trying to get them upset about it, and then they get upset about that, and then he's off, and then he pops up somewhere else. And
Yeah.
he goes,
Meanwhile, Cuba's getting done.
Yeah,
We got
Cuba's
him.
getting
We're
done. And so I think
that's a done deal.
If he just keeps doing that shit,
he's
he's
doing
going to
it.
wind up being one of the best presidents we've ever had, and in accomplishments and everything else. I really
If he
believe
does
that it's
prison
gonna be-
reform,
Oh,
that is a
that's
huge one.
And that's
Fun.
money. Think of all the money that you're going to save.
Right. I heard Mr. Boner, as I like to call him, John Boner, seems to be on board with some of that.
Yes,
From
I
a
saw
money
that.
standpoint.
I saw that.
Well,
and so
it
he's
should
got,
be. The Republicans should be from a money standpoint.
yes, bipartisan kind of thing. And so I'm going,
Whoa, we may actually get something accomplished here.
yeah.
Wouldn't that be
And so
interesting?
that's kind of a face slap. Guantanamo Bay's got to be in there somewhere,
Yeah.
and they're going to shut that fucker down. And so he keeps doing stuff.
He's
Yeah,
He's
doing-
going into shadow places. I mean,
Yeah.
never going to federal
Yeah.
prison. Nobody's ever been there, and it's all common
And I was
sense
amazed
shit.
at
He's
that.
a common sense.
I was amazed at that he is the first president that's ever gone into a prison. And you know what? I think every
Think about that.
I think every fucking U.S. representative and senator should visit a prison in their own home state.
He did more than that because I thought,
Mm-hmm.
okay, he's going to visit the prison, going to walk around the ward, and they had those shots where he looks in the jail cell and the warden's talking with him as he's walking down, and they're having serious conversations. But he talked to the inmates. He gave a speech to the inmates
Yeah. Yeah.
and basically said, hey, laid some things out.
Yeah.
I mean, geez Louise.
Yeah.
This is going to sound way egotistic. I'm going to have my Donald Trump moment here.
Are you really?
Yes, I am. Here's what I'm saying, Michael, and this is possibly something that we should consider running on. Mm-hmm. Carl and Mike represent a third term of Obama's presidency. Because I'm looking at a lot of the stuff,
Yeah.
the common sense stuff.
Yeah. Oh,
I've always said, despite all the crazy talk
Mm-hmm.
around Obama,
Yeah.
he's a pragmatist. You
Mm-hmm.
know? He's doing a lot of things on
Yeah.
our list,
Yeah.
and he just wants to get them done.
I tell you another thing that's happened that he's done. This Iranian thing that he
The deal.
The deal.
The big deal.
Okay,
We need to
the
talk
deal.
about that. The deal.
Okay. One of the things he's been successful in doing is kind of alienating Netanyahu, which I love that
I
shit.
love that. Keep alienating that.
Yeah.
son of a
Okay,
bitch.
motherfucker. Yeah, he's getting alienated from Europe, from a lot of people, and so that's fine. Let's just push it out there.
He's the coyote on. He's
Yes.
the coyote to
Yeah.
Obama's Roadrunner.
Yeah,
On
that's
foreign
true.
policy, man. It's the same thing.
That's a real good analogy.
Meat. That's I got to give it to Andrew Sullivan of the Daily Dish.
I love him.
He used-
What did he say?
He retired.
He retired.
He
with it?
hasn't been writing since February.
Oh no.
Right. But he used
Is
to.
he going to pick it? Is he doing a book or something, or is
No, he just stopped the dish. Which is a draining thing to do it at the level he was doing it at. But he used to do this meat motherfucker, and it's really apropos.
he? Yeah.
And he's doing that. I think Obama finally figured out. The first term was all about trying to make it work. He came in all excited. He won president. I mean, he was excited. He wanted to get things done. He had agendas, right? He did not expect. I don't even think Obama expected, because he doesn't think that way, of complete zero votes on anything that
Yeah.
he would want to do.
Yeah.
So between that, healthcare first year, and then trying to make other things work, and then getting elected,
Yeah.
that was his first term.
Yeah.
Okay, he got elected, and this second term, I think he's figured out how to be president
I think
with the
everybody
landscape
tries
that
to.
he's got.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think.
Right? So he
Plus, you
says-
don't have to worry about being reelected.
And you don't have to worry about being reelected. So he doesn't have to temper things down.
Yes. So let's
Right.
get shit done.
Let's get shit done. And right now he figures, okay, I'm going to pick the things I can possibly do with Republicans, and then I'm going to executive order the things I want to do. And he's kind of rewriting, and I'm going to work foreign policy, because that's where a president really has more leeway. And he's doing it. We finally got the black president we thought we were going to get, right?
Yeah.
He's stepping up on
Yeah.
issues that, prison reform, stuff like that.
Well, yeah.
But his whole talk's on race.
Well,
he
at
really
the-
kind of
at the
avoided the
chur-
race thing
at the
for a
church
long time.
At the church
Yeah.
deal, he handled that beautifully.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to argue with that. Who's going to argue with that? Boner going to argue with
Right,
that? Some
right,
other people?
right,
There are
right.
going to be some redneck sumbitches that are going to do that. So I'd say he gets an attaboy. This
He gets
week.
our Attaboy Award. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Obama does.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just going to the prison, Attaboy on that.
Yeah.
Talking about prison reform, I don't think I've heard it being talked on a national level in my adult life. Well, no, last time I heard it was all about 3 strikes and you're out.
Let's start a conversation.
A conversation, if you
Let's
will.
have a conversation.
Let's have a conversation about
Yeah.
Cuba. Let's have a conversation about.
Yeah.
So he's just, and you're right. He's moving very fast.
He's going to
Fox News is
overwhelm.
doing all it can.
To keep
he's
up
doing
the
the
king.
Iran deal one day. He's doing prison reform the next.
Yeah,
He's
and they're-
opening
and
embassies
they're
in
just
Cuba
gonna,
the
their
next
heads
day.
are going to start spinning around and going to
Yeah.
explode because they can't keep up with all the shit.
Right.
They can't come up
He's-
with talking points fast enough about the various things for all the old idiots to keep up.
And they don't have enough breathing room. They don't have time to do that now.
No.
And they need time to foster their bullshit campaign.
Yeah.
So he just keeps moving, and they just keep hating.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good.
And look, for the kids out there, haters never win.
No, haters never win.
There you go. But let's talk about this Iran deal.
Mm-hmm.
So number one, this isn't Obama negotiated.
Mm-hmm.
Britain signed off on this. France signed off on this. China signed off on this. Russia signed off on. We're talking the big powers, the
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
ones that sit on the inside circle of the United Nations. They all signed off on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Trump, this is the worst deal ever, and I don't know what the hell Cruz said. It's about the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the Republicans trying to pull stuff now in the House to try to derail this
Yeah.
thing. Where's the grown-ups here?
They're pulling
They
out
coulda
all
got
the
a
stops
better
to
deal.
bitching about it right now because it looks like it's going to go.
Right.
It looks
well,
like
and
it's
so
gonna
Trump
go.
says it's the worst deal ever negotiated in the history of the world, right? Which is just insane. They never talk about the alternative. When they get pressed on what they
They don't have one.
Oh, we would have gotten more in the negotiations.
Gotten a better deal.
Gotten a better deal.
That's it.
That's Monday
A
night
better deal.
quarterbacking. That's like saying, I would have left that pitcher in, after
Yeah,
the games.
yeah.
I mean, my understanding of it is basically, for better or worse, we stopped the sanctions and Iran puts things on hold for 15 years, and then we'll relook at it 15 years from now. Am I wrong? Is that what you get out of what this thing is?
Yeah. It basically puts it off. But then here's the other part of the problem that's fueling those people. Is yesterday the high Ayatollah or whatever the fuck his name was, he came out and said
that Israel won't exist in 25 years.
Yeah, Israel won't exist in 25 years. So all that does is add fuel to the fire that they're stoking.
Well, hey, I don't think Iran's any prince here.
No, No, not at all.
Yeah, not at all.
And so
They're a problem.
But
But the idea is either
nuclear weapons already exist in the Middle East.
hello, yes. If I recall, we negotiated with Russia during the Cold War. You have to do that with the bad guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's this element now and this is that Cheney Wolfowitz group.
Oh.
They just don't want to negotiate. So it's war. So either we killed if they killed the deal, then they start building the bomb tomorrow. And why Netanyahu has any credibility on this? A guy that says they're 2 years or a year away from building the bomb, and he's been saying that since 1992. 92. This is 2015. Do the math. They still haven't built the bomb. I mean, how many times can you cry wolf on this?
Evidently quite a few times.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten away with it. I just don't see how he has any credibility.
Well, I don't either. But then they dust off Cheney, and he's sitting there.
Yeah, really? Do you want to hear him, Cheney?
Yeah.
How would he have any credibility? How do you create the biggest U.S. foreign policy mistake, which was that presidency?
It will be.
Yeah.
It will go down in history as the biggest foreign policy mistake.
Right.
And that war in Iraq is what unleashed all the
All this
bullshit
bullshit.
that's going
Today.
on. Because
Yes.
as long as was Saddam Hussein a bad man? Yes. Did he threaten to kill W's daddy? Yes. He wanted to do that.
Right.
Was W upset because Daddy and the neocons upset because they didn't go all the way into Baghdad at the beginning? Yes. So they came in try to correct all the things that they thought was wrong, and we had checkmate between Iran and Iraq.
Right.
Now we don't have checkmate, because we
No.
don't have checkmate. We've got all this other shit that's blowing
Right.
up, and it ain't over yet.
And it's Obama's.
It is not
It's Obama's
over
fault
yet.
because we didn't just continue to stay in Iraq.
And it's not over yet. And I agree that probably what will happen is Israel probably won't be around. I'm going to say that right now. It probably won't be around in
Israel?
25 years the way it is today. No, because look at what they're surrounded by. Unless you wipe ISIS off the face of the planet.
But how does that even happen? Because they just regenerate. ISIS isn't a bunch of people born in ISIS land.
No,
They come from Saudi Arabia. They come
I
from.
don't know how you do that now. Anybody that gets an inkling to be in ISIS, you get rid of.
I don't think it works.
No,
I don't think you can.
It would be a wholesale killing of the first order on somebody that had a different view than you did, and that would be a really tough thing to do.
I do think ISIS is a virus. It's like a virus in the human body.
Yeah.
Right? This thing is a killing machine. It kills whatever. It destroys whatever.
And then how do you get a vaccine for something like that? What is the vaccine for ISIS? What is the vaccine?
But you and I have both argued get out of that neighborhood.
Well, we get out of the neighborhood, but that doesn't vaccinate everybody. That as long as they're able to promote and recruit through the web,
Yeah,
through
they're
the
going
web,
to. That's not going away.
And that's not going away.
He is the biggest mistake America ever made. He's delusional and mentally unstable. He hates America and Americans, and he's trying to destroy America before he leaves office. That's his agenda, and he's setting us up to be ruled by Muslim extremists. People need to be ready to protect themselves and their families. That's what you're dealing with.
Yeah. The machines that are set up to create this level of fear have now created these monsters that they can't control.
Yes.
They've created it now, and it's starting to come home to roost. And it ain't going to be pretty.
It ain't pretty now.
No. The first victims are going to be their own leaders.
Establishment. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Their own leaders, so-called establishment, because they feel like they've been lied to all
So
these years.
how do you think this all plays out then? Because they've lost the Republican Party, I think. The Freedom Caucus got
Freedom
Boehner
Caucus,
out. They seem to be growing. I mean, if the election comes up, I think the Democrats will cream them at least on the presidential side.
Oh, yeah, no, I think.
But I think that Freedom Caucus will get bigger
It may very well.
in red
Yeah.
districts because you've gerrymandered the districts.
And the House of Representatives may become useless.
Pretty much
Yeah.
undoable.
Yeah.
Don't you think that really could happen? So the question is, I don't see this Freedom Caucus getting smaller.
No, probably not.
I don't think so. So to the establishment Republican, do they form a new party?
No, they have to sit down. They have to sit on their hands and be quiet during this and let these people have their play.
Right.
They have to let them have their candidate and have their chance.
So let them sit out 2016?
Yes. They have to let them have their candidate of choice.
Right.
Just sit back and let it happen.
And watch, and you think Trump will get creamed by it.
I think you get creamed just on the women's vote alone.
So let's say they get creamed, and it's like he loses 60-40, which would be a cream in today's day and age. Okay, now what happened?
Well,
all the Tea Partiers get wiped out in the same vote?
That's a possibility.
I don't think it is a possibility with the way it's been gerrymandered.
Well, I don't know. At that point, the establishment at that point has got to field candidates that can pick off the Tea Party people. They have to look back and say, look, these people have run us into the ditch. This Freedom Caucus and all these nuts at that point are run us into the ditch. At some point, somebody's going to have to stand up, have the balls to stand up and say, no, I don't want these people's support. Yeah. I don't want this freedom. I don't want this Tea Party caucus.
They will
I don't
lose
want this,
the
because
conventional wisdom.
It's a small group of people. It's not that big.
Yeah, I don't know how you get them out of there. I think the way you get them out of there is.
I think it's going to be attrition.
Attrition. So you got another 10 years of this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm worried that the Democrats right now can seem to be winning president things, but can't win anything else. That allows us to go on and on and on and on.
Yeah, and that may be where we're headed for the next 50 years.
The biggest threat to America isn't in the Middle East. I really don't believe. I think the biggest threat to America is income inequality.
Yeah.
And we've got that in spades right now, and it's just not healthy.
Yeah.
It's not healthy for the nation. And, he's making that a central issue. I think we're aligned on that a lot. We're aligned with Bernie on a lot of things.
Yeah.
Now, I know that you're questioning whether Bernie can win.
No, he can't win.
No, I think he can.
Okay.
So.
No, I can't.
Huh?
No, I can't.
No, I think he can.
Okay.
Here's why. Same time period back when Obama, Clinton. Mm-hmm. Okay. Clinton was ahead in Iowa. Mm-hmm. Okay. Obama was getting a ton of youth vote. Mm-hmm. Okay. That doesn't show up in the polls because the youth don't have phones. Okay.
They don't vote a lot.
They vote with smartphones, and they don't vote a lot or whatever.
Yeah.
But he was very strong there. His grassroots was very strong.
Yeah.
Okay. And that doesn't get measured very well by a poll.
Yeah.
So Hillary ended up coming in, if I recall, didn't Hillary come in third place in Iowa?
I don't know. You're going back to 2007?
Yes.
I don't remember.
She didn't do well. Obama won. Right?
Jesus, that's how many years ago?
That's a lot. Bernie's got the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
I think he's going to show, he's already leading in New Hampshire. Mm-hmm. And he has a chance to win Iowa. He really does. Because Iowa's all about caucusing, and I know this. I've caucused. Okay, so caucus, you get in a room there, and you've got your little camps, and everybody the big players see who each other is, then the other ones kind of gravitate with the other little O'Malley people and try to bring it together.
So you're saying he's big with the tree tappers?
I'm saying Bernie's got that grassroots thing that Obama had, and if he plays the Obama handbook, which he should, okay, it's the same thing that happened with Clinton the last time.
Yeah.
Second, so if Bernie wins Iowa and New Hampshire, all of a sudden he can get a lot more media attention than he's been getting.
Yeah.
And the narrative has changed.
Yeah.
Now Clinton's going to cream him in all the red states, probably. But Bernie can win the blue states, and there's more blue states than red states, as we've seen with Obama before.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, Western Washington University, which has correctly predicted every president since 1975, says Bernie Sanders is going to win this thing.
Really?
Yeah. I'm going with that.
Well, this may be the first time that they've been wrong since 75.
So why can't Bernie win? When Obama won, why can't Bernie win?
He just doesn't have the charisma.
He doesn't have enough charisma.
He
as
does
Obama?
not have the charisma.
Doesn't wear well?
It doesn't
No?
have. He doesn't have the fact that he's black, which drove the blacks to the polls. I mean, they just went nuts, rightfully so. And I think that also takes it helps probably drive a lot of other minorities to the polls saying, look, it looks like it's getting ready to break open for somebody else. I don't know. I think there were probably, and you got to think about who he ran against. He was running against McCain and Palin. I mean, Palin was a...
Bernie Sanders shows that he can win. He beats any Republican currently in national poll.
It's like I said, you could run a chimp and beat anybody.
I think if Bernie
in the
gets to
Republican.
Bernie could beat Clinton.
Yeah.
Bernie beats the Republicans.
Here's where I really think Sanders could just tear it wide open. And I'm hoping that this is what he did. He cut a deal with Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah. To be vice president.
To be vice president. He goes in for one term, and then she's in for 8.
So that's his thing. He says, "Look, I'm 70-something years old. How old is Bernie?"
Because the women vote will still be there with Elizabeth.
That's a good plan. So
Sure,
Bernie says,
in fact,
"Look,
there'll be more women with Elizabeth because she doesn't have the baggage that Hillary's got."
Look, Bernie says, "Look, I'm 70-something years old. I'm going to run for one term. Elizabeth is going to be my successor."
Yeah. I would.
She
I
goes
would,
for
I
it.
would love that. I would. Absolutely.
You say then he wins it. So why didn't Bernie declare his vice president now?
It's too early. He might.
Well, here's the deal.
She didn't. She hasn't come out in favor of Hillary. No. She's the only female in Congress that is not.
Really?
Yes.
So here's the deal. I think that Bernie needs to realize, and this is why you've got to think outside the box a little bit. Bernie's biggest fight isn't the general. Bernie's biggest fight is the primary. Clinton's much harder to beat than any Republican will be. So he needs to do some things to mix it up. He should say, "This is my vice president nominee. I'm going to do it early."
I think
don't wait to get the
I
nomination.
think his numbers would go up. I think his numbers would.
Or if he needs an endorsement.
But see, I don't think you need to play that right now. I think you need
to beat Clinton.
No. I
Yes,
think you
I
play
think you
that.
do.
Well, I think whose convention is first, Democratic or
you see, this is where we need our producer.
Yeah,
he'd be on a little iPad right now.
That son of a bitch is on vacation already, isn't he?
Yeah, we really need to hire a producer.
We need to hire a producer. No, we
He
need a
would give us the
producer
answer.
to
Then
work
he
for
put us
free.
in our ear.
No, we need a producer for free is what we need.
Yeah. I don't know which
hire.
one. I'm going to say I think the Republicans are.
But I think that there needs to be some less. There's so much noise and so much media attention being driven to Republicans right now because of just all the outrageous shit that's going on.
Basically.
That if he did something with her, now it might get lost in it. There's going to have. That's a real delicate balance. When do you do that? You know, and I don't. I think it would be.
I'm saying don't do it traditionally.
Yeah.
Which is after you've secured the nomination.
Which would force her to come in early, and she was going to go in with Castro.
Nobody's ever picked the vice president beforehand.
I
Even
know.
if he didn't pick the vice president, he needs the on stage with Elizabeth Warren holding hands, going, "Victory can be ours."
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think.
And Elizabeth Warren's probably kind of like you, in that she's not going to endorse Bernie unless she can prove that he's got a real legitimate shot to win. So he needs to win. He wins. All right, let me give you this path to victory. He wins Iowa.
You're really, really pushing for Bernie. I think that's good.
I'm not. Yes, I think Bernie is the best choice. I'm pushing that he can win because your belief system is typical of America's.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bernie. I like a lot of his ideas, but he can't win.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
I'm pushing the narrative. I'm pushing against the narrative.
You're
showing
pushing,
you a
yeah.
path.
Yeah.
And I think campaign needs to do that. Right now, Bernie's campaign's complaining about not getting enough media attention.
I don't think anybody's getting it. I think it's almost impossible getting media
But they're
attention.
kind of making it like a media conspiracy. They're not getting the attention because Donald Trump owns the airwaves right now.
Yeah.
Bernie wins, has to develop that ground rules, calls Obama on the quiet phone and says, give me the database here. Wins Iowa, wins New Hampshire, changes the narrative, And then before Super Tuesday, Elizabeth Warren comes on the stage with Bernie, like Ted Kennedy did with Obama. Remember that moment? Well,
Yeah.
that changed it because there was a lot of Obama can't win. His name's Barack Hussein Obama, and he's black. He ain't going to win. There was that narrative for him.
Yeah.
Stronger, I would argue, than it is for Bernie in the beginning. Clinton had a 20-point lead. Obama can't win this thing.
Yeah.
But to me, the pivotal moment that changed it, though Iowa was a biggie because it showed a white state could vote for a black guy, that was a biggie. But the super biggie was that point where the Kennedys came on board.
Yeah.
For Obama.
What is the deal with Iowa?
What
I
is
mean,
the
what?
deal?
Yeah.
He
What
voted
is it?
for Barack Obama.
I know, but you're getting ready to vote for Ted's numbers are up in
Who
Iowa.
won
What
on the
the-
Republican side in Iowa in the last 3 conventions?
I don't know.
See, you don't know. Let me give you Mike Huckabee, Rick Santorum, Ted Cruz. That's who's
Okay.
going to be. What does Mike Huckabee, Rick Santorum, and Ted Cruz all have in common?
They lost.
Well, besides that, they're all evangelical. The
Yeah.
only Republicans in
What is-
Iowa are
what-
evangelical.
Are they that intense in Iowa?
They're on farms.
Oh, okay.
It's western. If you go to western Iowa, it's no different than Nebraska. Has Nebraska ever been blue?
I don't
No.
know anything about Nebraska. You know, all I know
Red,
about those states
red,
up
red,
there
red,
is they're
red.
flat and they got a bunch of grains growing on them. That's about
Yeah, I
it.
rode a bicycle across Iowa. It's not flat, let me tell you.
Well,
Iowa's a diverse state.
is it as
On
mountainous?
the west side, you have the flat, like you would think.
Yeah.
On the east side, not so
It
much.
looks just like Colorado, right?
And actually, when you ride your bike across Iowa, you see it was all Romney, or whatever, Republican, and then you got to Des Moines, and then things start to change as you move. Then it becomes
And then as you leave Des Moines, it's
you have
Romney,
Iowa
Romney,
City.
Romney,
Iowa
yeah.
City is like Austin.
Iowa City.
Iowa City is
Never
the
even
Austin
heard of Iowa.
Iowa City is the Austin of Iowa for you Texans out there.
Is that kind of like Toyota is the BMW of
No,
Japan?
if Des Moines is Dallas, Iowa City is Austin.
Yeah. Huh.
We don't have a San Antonio or Houston equivalent.
You don't?
No.
Oh, well.
Cedar Rapids.
Yeah.
So, where was I?
We took an Iowa detour.
You did. You threw my loop. You threw my how Bernie can
You know
win
what I
this
did?
thing.
I
Because
stuck it-
Elizabeth.
I stuck a broomstick in your spokes, didn't I?
You did.
As you were going across Iowa.
I was.
Tink.
I was telling you how Bernie could win, and you just threw me away there.
Can't win.
So Warren comes in like a Ted Kennedy moment before the Super Tuesday. Clinton wins all the red states. It's always and then Bernie wins all the blue states. And Bernie wins it in a squeaker.
Okay, it's a squeaker. And she's upset, and Bill's upset, and other people are upset. And
Yeah. Now you got Sanders-Trump. I think America deserves Sanders-Trump. 2 vastly outsiders, considerably. 2 vast different directions. Where are we going, America?
Yeah.
You want to go down crazy town with Trump? Or you want to go and try to get some equality back to this country?
I don't know.
So 2015, it was an interesting year.
Yeah, mostly political.
2016, we'll know at the end of the year who's our president, Michael.
Yeah.
We'll know which direction America's chosen. And who knows what twists and turns in the road are ahead.
Oh, there's going to be some.
There's some twists.
Yes.
Because it's been a roller coaster already. And here's to a great 2016.
Yep.
On Carl and Mike. Peace.
Out.